All righty, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another week of the War Room. We very much appreciate it. Number one is, which show out there gives out the best gifts ever? I mean, I was just looking at
Whiskey
the stuff
Charlie.
No, and incorrect. I was just
Oh,
looking
you
at,
mean us? Oh, you mean
I was
us?
looking at all the stuff that we've shipped out in the last couple weeks from our giveaways and stuff. We have got to win the award for the best prizes given out. Good Lord, we got some good stuff we gave out this week. Thank you all for your donations and for your help and the love and support that you've given us. But man, oh man, I would have loved to win half of these stuff. Ruff, did you end up getting news shipped back out? I know it cost you an arm and a leg, but
the postage is just stupid. Even going from here to, say, Germany or to Europe's, to go from here to here. I mean, the other game I sent out, the Bougainville game, that cost £2.50. So no complaints there. But the other ones were like cracky. So bear that in mind. But yeah, I've still got loads to give away next time we have a giveaway. So they're sitting there ready.
And Tony, you still have it because of the snowstorm, huh?
Yeah, I was going to try to get with Bill for Sunday because I was going to be driving through Findlay, which is literally 40 minutes south of us. I'm not paying to ship 45 minutes. I'd drive down there. I was halfway down and the snow got so bad. I was like, yeah, I got to turn around. I had an event that I was going to. So I'll just have to meet up with him maybe next Sunday, and we'll get a picture together when we do it too. So I'll post it on the Tack Up. He's been wanting to get together to play, so maybe that'll be an excuse for me to go down there and get a game played. So
there you go. Well, let's say hi to everybody. I'm Meandering Mike. How you doing? Good to see you, JBX. What's going on? We got Michael. How you doing? Good. He's in Germany, right? Is Michael?
No. He's Netherlands.
Oh, he's Netherlands? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Netherlands. Or that's Braun. I can't remember. We have two international.
Nerd Workshop, and actually Nerd Workshop is going to be on. Warm your hands by the fire, boys.
Yeah, I've got my marshmallows ready.
He's actually going to be on next week as he's taking over for Tony, as Tony's going to have a week off.
Yeah, I've got family events, so
Nerd Workshop has jumped in to volunteer, and everyone. Warm your hands by the fire.
He's better at subs, just so you know, he's better at submarines. We found out he's a better sub commander than a tank commander. So,
Alistair, what's going on? Mike Butter Jelly, what's going on? Good to see you, James. What's going on from Kitchener, Ontario? Now, James is the winner of our special signed autograph game by Herman Lutman. And he just received it this week and loves it.
Yeah.
So that was awesome that he shared that with us.
Oh, Belgium. Belgium. Michael's from Belgium. Thank you.
That's what
I thought. Congratulations, James, on winning that. And hope you enjoy it forever and ever. And thanks to Herman for the donation. And Herman shipped it out, everything for us. So thanks to Herman for his donation and for supporting us and, paying all that shipping costs just to send out his game. So that's pretty good. Edward, how's it going? David, nice for you to freaking be back. I mean, come on. Life stuff going on unless you're having a heart attack and in the hospital.
Oh, well, no might have. Who knows?
William Bird, what's going on? Tim Zale. Ceza, what's going on?
Jester.
Squeaky, what is going on from Germany?
That's the man that won Nach Paris.
Nach Paris.
I had to get a truck. I had to get a.
Oh wow! I see. I can't believe Steve's on because I watch his stuff all the time. He does a great sports. He's a great sports channel. Does a great job with his stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna honestly say he does a better job at the sports stuff than you do, but that's all he does. I'm sorry, Jester.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
wow.
I'm gonna have to go with that.
Tony, wow, I can't even believe you said that.
Yeah, only problem he's from New England. He's like a
someone
Patriots
grab
fan.
the knife out of my back?
Here, let me get that for you.
Yeah, he does a great job. I don't know if it's as good as my stuff, but he does a great job.
Okay, yeah, you keep telling yourself that. No.
Simon,
I love how you can go to different channels and they all do it differently, and it's like there's not one really better than the other. It's just different. It's really cool. I do like that. So
that was a good get out of that hole, Tony. That was a good one. Yeah.
Wow, he's on my list now. First of all, he's not here next week,
Yep.
so he's taking another week off already. And so
starting
I
the
had to
year
go
off
and
right.
I had to try and find a replacement. I mean, you know how much how much it's going to cost the War Room just to have Nerd Workshop on? I mean,
Yeah, we're
talk
going to lose a
about
lot of credibility, aren't we?
well, he is a liability.
Yeah.
Stuart,
Rough.
what's going on? Any
Rough
chance
going
you're
to
going
Bungie.
to PunchCon?
I'm going to PunchCon. Yeah. Sure. Depends what it is, though. Depends what it is. If it's too complex, my little brain, you have to teach me. But yeah, sure.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, complaints about having enough viewers from Europe. Now Tony complains about all these viewers. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, James. Congratulations on winning.
Extra squeaky. It's one of those good problems to have when we have too many.
Checks in the mail. No, he doesn't. What we need to do, right, if we want, is we need to get Steve Tower a couple more games and just have him try them out on his channel and kind of introduce him to some people.
Yeah.
I wish the Hunters was out because I think he would do a great job with the Hunters.
He would do a pretty good job with the Hunters.
Yeah, I think he could do a great job with the Hunters, yeah.
What about the other one? The one of the other Jeffrey. Is it? What's his name? No, it's Mr. Smith. I can never remember his first name.
Gregory.
Greg Smith,
what about the others, like Night Fighter Ace or
one of those? Yeah. If he was interested in planes or something, yeah, I definitely would say one of
the one
those.
I'm hoping to get is the Below the Med one, the Italian.
Well, is that I know the Hunted will beat you up. Like, it's not fun to play the first game of a Hunted series because it'll just.
I don't want to get the Hunted because it's hard enough as it is.
Yeah, it's hard. The Hunters is hard enough. At least you feel comfortable.
You can get a few. At least you can get a few sort of missions under your belt.
Generally speaking, you can. I think I've had a few patrols. I think I've only had a few where it's been a half a patrol before it's on. So.
You might end up playing the
Yeah,
Hunted
good luck with
later.
that. Good luck with that. But yeah, we should figure out what we should do. We should send Steve something to make him play it.
We should try and send him a few games and see if he could put them on his channel just to see if we get him interested.
Different.
Just to throw out all his subscribers. They'll be going, what's going on? I've got the right channel here. What's going on?
Well, I mean, slower board gamer. You know, we got him.
RJL
from Sports doing some more game stuff.
Yep.
Phoenix
RJL.
Knight.
There's been Phoenix Knight.
Yeah.
You've done him. A few people. We're just here to give you the opportunity, right, to jump on.
To bring you into the
lot. Everyone's available and can try it out. And you might be winning great gifts from us sometime. I mean, we give away the best gifts, I swear. Holy crap. Speaking of gifts, I got a gift this week. A very special gift. A great gift, as a matter of fact. Here it is. Look at that. Here's a bitter harvest.
Who's it by?
This is by Lock and Load Publishing. Oh my God.
Cheers.
Hang on. Everyone drink.
I'm working on a sponsorship, by the way.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm trying to
go.
get Sierra Nevada to sponsor me.
So
everybody gets board games to sponsor them. I want beer. I want beer sponsors.
Lock and Load was kind enough to send me a pre-released version of Heroes of the Bitter Harvest with, of course, our good friend Devin on the front cover. Look at that. And, of course, Lock and Load, David Heath, Devin, great company. And so I did an unboxing. And they had this nefarious plan, and I know it. I've already sent an email to Devin and David and told them my attorneys will be contacting them because I knew my goal for January was 31 games in 31 days. And I was right on target. I was 1 day behind, 25 games in 26 days. And then this shows up. This shows up with 4 days to go. Their nefarious plan. I knew it. They took me out of my rhythm, and now.
Well, you'd have to just snip it in if you can. Slip it in there. Or is it you're going to love it, aren't you? You're going to do a week's worth.
I really like it. I really like it.
See, the problem is with that. You want to know what the problem with the game is? Great components. The game sucks, though. It's a horrible game. But the components are wonderful. No, I'm just kidding. I spent so much time with that game. It's not even funny. It's like I love that game. I love that system and
I'm
everything.
looking
so.
forward to the new solo bot they've got where
The
you
new
play
solo
things.
stuff is so good. I mean,
Yeah.
they had solo in the old version,
Yeah,
but it was kind of like, I wouldn't say
It was an
tacked
add-on.
on, but it was kind of
Yeah, no, it was
added
tacked
on
on. It was
afterwards.
totally
yeah,
It
and
wasn't
you had
really
to, most of the time you had to make the
designed.
decisions yourself, so it was a bit
Yeah.
pointless
Yeah,
sometimes.
it was kind
The
of, it
setup's
was a
always
little,
the case.
it was there, but it wasn't really like invested in the system.
Yeah.
This system, this solo is invested in the game. You can't use this solo with any previous edition or anything. It is designed specifically for this game. It is so good. They have solo setups now where
Yeah.
it randomized where
Random,
the
yeah.
wherever
Love
the
that
opponent's
part.
gonna-
That
oh,
was,
it's so good.
and
It
he's
is
doing
so
it
good.
with
All
all
the
the
effort they
games.
went through is so appreciated.
Going forward, that's going to be in every.
Yeah. So like
every
Blood and
module.
Fury, if I remember right, Blood and Fury is supposed to have that as well. So World at War
Really?
85, Blood and Fury is supposed to have it.
Really?
Yeah, every box is supposed to be individualized for the solo
Well, I'm
setup.
sorry,
now.
chaps, but I'm going to give them an extra slurp. Cheers.
I'm gonna have to go get another beer after this one.
Right, exactly.
It may
There
not
we
be
go.
good because this is a 9%er, and it's been a
Is that
while
a
since I've eaten.
9%? That's like a barley wine over here.
The
Yeah,
thing is,
it's an IPA.
You
Yeah.
know,
no,
I
but
don't.
that
I
strength
don't
is fine.
normally say a lot of positive things. You know, I'm usually the guy, the yelly, screamy guy, right? I'm usually the guy yelling and bitching,
Throwing boxes
games,
across.
throwing games
Well, I'll
across
tell
the
you
table,
what,
right?
The most,
So
sorry,
when I
sorry
have an
to-
actual video where I talk nothing but good stuff, people go, "Oh, wait a minute, something's up here. What's going on?" But the thing is, this stuff is so good, right? You have the data cards, right? Which are brand new. The other thing, which is brand new, which is so good, is something as simple as, oh yeah, we're going to label the back counter sheets and we're going to color code the range and the 2 hit values and the penetration values so you don't get confused. Because how many of us in the past would look at the back of the counter and go, let's see, the first is it the first line that is penetration? No, wait, it's the second line, I think. You know, get confused.
But aren't those
Now
on the data
there's no
cards?
confusion.
Isn't that on the data cards as well, though?
Yes,
It is on the data
yes.
card now.
You don't have to turn over the blooming counter then.
Nope, don't
Yes,
even have to turn.
absolutely.
Oh,
Data
what I was
cards
going to
are
say,
awesome.
what I was going to say is, if you want an entertaining 2 hours, watch Jester's video. It's a 4-hour video. Forget the first 2 hours. He's playing some soppy sports game, but the 2 hours, the last 2 hours, fantastic entertainment. It's Jester old school. It's Jester we know and love. He goes for it big time. I was sitting there with me popcorn. It was great. So
yeah, he didn't throw any. Well, what's interesting and nobody's noticed it so far. Yeah, Team IPA. All right, is on my unboxings now. I've started to throw things like just like okay, that's gone. Like it's usually like so. Like I did. What was it? It was a Compass game, and you know how they always throw the little like catalog that's like 3 years old in it. Oh, it's combat. Yeah, I'll be like, don't need that. And so like, and like for the old school tactical, I just threw the dice. I was like, oh, some dice. I just nobody's picked up on it yet.
Catalog, and you went, oh, catalog. You know, got that. Yeah.
That's exactly. I'm like, it's got to be a thing now. What am I gonna throw? I literally
look at all the back of the cards are all the same color.
Don't
that was the
Sorry,
first,
I should have mentioned that.
That was literally the first post somebody posted and said, "Look, lock and load. They can put all the back of their color of the cards are correct." So,
oh, Dave would have.
Obviously, I'm wearing out on you guys.
I bet David would have a fit if something was miscolored. I just could feel like if something was miscolored.
I told him, I said, David, don't you ever send me anything that's miscolor coded because you'll never hear the end of it.
I think we'd all have to make a video on that just to teach him a lesson. So we won't.
Absolutely.
I like feel like I could hear him from Colorado because he lives in Colorado.
Right.
I think I could hear him from Colorado. You know.
Well, here's the thing. You know, I have all the lock and load stuff, and it's kind of gotten to the point where I didn't even pre-order this one because it's like, all right, it's just some more lock and load. But here's the thing. It's not. This version is so different than all the other ones. With all the new upgrades, with all the new additions and everything, This one feels like a completely different version. I am so surprised. I am literally, my eyes are shocked at what I'm seeing. It is not the same old stuff.
Now,
Because
Jester,
once you get like 12 games into a series, you just stop caring, right? You just stop putting effort in, right? This is like brand new to me now. This is like it's all new. It's like reinventing. It's like a new girlfriend. I found me a new girlfriend.
you know, Jester, you've been talking about getting the quality of the war games, the components up. So David is probably the head of the game on that one. But I just watched an unboxing of the Band of Brothers game that's from Worthington. It's a tactical squad level game. Same thing. The counters are pre-rounded. It's like the quality. I honestly believe these war game manufacturers, most of them, have increased the quality so much. It's making, honestly, some of the older stuff look even worse than what it is. I mean, it's amazing.
Are they finally listening to us? We've been going for 3 years. We've been yelling about
it's finally hit.
Worthington have upped their game with their new games, with those.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
There's another company completely obliterating lots of other companies like Lock and Load are doing great things, and Worthington are doing great things. Yeah, so hopefully, these half-inch counter sheets, hopefully.
I'll tell you what,
I am never ordering a game that's half-inch counter sheets again. I've drawn a line in the sand.
I don't think I'll go that far, but we'll see.
I am not. I just spent 20 hours last week counter equipping Second World War at Sea. I decided half-inch counters and me they don't get along with me. They just hate me. They just literally hate me.
I'm gonna throw a little bit. I was a little annoyed with Tiny Battles this time. The game, so I'm gonna be putting out Stout Hearts. Matter of fact, 6:00 today, release, set up and turn 1 right after the show's over with. But they have the freaking side nibs. So they're not in the corners. Yeah. And the first, you'll see some of them look horrible, and the rest of them I finally grabbed a blade and cut them out, and they look better. But those don't do side nibs. Oh my God. Because even Panzer Grenadiers go into the side nibs. I'm like, I should be able to punch these out and not at least at the corners, when you clip it, that goes away. It takes effort to actually take off the side nibs. It's so frustrating. Well, and when you have a game that's good, those are 1-inch counters, so they're good counters. Yeah, I'm not going to do that to my freaking games. That I shouldn't have to. So, yeah, yes, thank you. That is it. Yes, yeah.
That is
that. Yes,
if you do side nibs, we're not buying your game. We're going to start boycotting your game. So don't do it. Game manufacturers, don't do it.
Well, Vu could do side nibs, but you cut them out, and I may have to use the old nail file on them, which is a bit sad.
As long as I used this, I was okay. But it took me too long to realize I had to use this. I shouldn't have to use that, But I should have known better. I should have known better, but I didn't. So half the counters look great. The other half, you're like, oh my God, Tony, those are horrible. Yeah, I'll get to fix them, but I'm not going to do it while I'm playing. I'll do it when I put it away. But game's really good.
I was trying to get 31 different games in 31 days, and I just don't. I don't think I'm gonna make it. But we're up to 25 different games. I think that's a pretty good start for January.
Oh, and I was also going to say, Mark Walker's the Flying Pigs. They also have ramped up their game. After I pulled open the Old School Tactical 2nd edition, not a reprint, that is some I knew their stuff was good. That is some top notch stuff right there.
And guess what? Cards. They have data. I was just going to say they have data cards too. They do have data cards there.
It's great. You just put them along the side. You pick it up as you need it. Put it back down, and you don't even have to worry about the counter anymore. I love it. Love it. Now,
Absolutely.
granted, that only works when you're using a lot of the same counters, so that's why it works well for tactical games. But like games that are strategic, that have different armies, you couldn't really do that. But tactical games for sure.
I also picked up secondhand Panzer Grenadier, the original game
Mm-hmm.
that was released. When was this released? Let's find out what the date of this release was.
With the copyright on it.
Yeah, I was looking for.
I
the
honestly think
copyright
that's the
number.
second edition of that game too. I think there was an edition before that, but I'm not quite sure.
But the cool thing was this shows you how things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
I think, early 90s, right? All the rage was mounted map boards. Remember, all your games are coming with mounted map boards, right?
Yeah, all the
Even
ASL modules were mounted.
All the ASL modules started coming with mounted map boards and everything. That was all the rage until all of a sudden manufacturers figured out it's going to cost us so much money to ship these games. It's not worth it. But yeah, so that's why I got it for the mounted map boards. And of
Tinsdale
course,
says
you
98.
need this for
Was it
some of
that?
the
98. Okay.
98.
98.
There you go. I figured someone look it up. Thank you. Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s. That was the all the rage is mounted map boards. These are the good old days. I also picked up to go along with our Second World War at Sea. I picked up the Great War at Sea from Avalanche Press, Cruiser Warfare, which I have up in that box up there. But so that's kind of good. It's basically Second World War at Sea, but First World War edition. So you don't have planes. It's mostly ships going at it, mano a mano. So that's nice.
He didn't look it up. He bought it then.
Oh, you bought it back then. Okay, there you go.
It's 90s
Well,
anyway.
I did get something this week, so I've been really cutting my spending down, so which why I haven't had a whole bunch of stuff come in. But I did end up biting the bullet, and I bought Spruance Leader from DVD because I've been watching that been played, and that looks like fun. It looks like fun, so I'll have to get that out. And my goal is to get a lot of the 2022 games that I have like played this year, so I can represent and actually vote. I feel like that way I could vote for these games on the Charlies. I feel like if I haven't played it, it's hard for me to vote. So, or if I played one in a category,
You better play some Napoleonics because that's all going to be a ton of that on there. Yeah, and most of the games I hadn't played when I voted. I said, "What's this?" No. But Spruance Leader,
there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games.
I know, but I got a copy of Spruance Leader. It came in too late to go on my list, so I'm going to have to play it not on my list when there's a sort of thingy.
There's the man.
Hey, Herman. So
he likes pocket land ships. He's waiting for his copy.
I can't wait. I'm going to wait for. I got to wait for the box to come out, and I'll buy it. But yeah,
it's good fun. It is good fun.
I also, again, Herman was privy enough to send me a few images of the game coming out from GMT, and I got to see
no
a little
idea
bit
what
more.
game
I
you're
can't
talking
share
about.
it with you guys because
New
it's
game
not
from home coming out.
yet.
What's this then?
I have no idea
Island
what you're talking
Horror,
about.
and man, it's looking
Oh no,
good.
that's not due out to the next century. What are you
Yeah,
talking
that's
about?
like 2050, I think, is the release date on that one.
No.
Stardate.
It'll be out here in just a couple months. You guarantee it. And
I
we're going to
hope
be
so.
playing it. The three of us and Herman are
Yeah.
going to get together and play it early.
I'll tell you, I'm getting excited. I saw that Mr. President was at the printers right now.
Ooh,
I'm getting
Mr.
stoked.
President.
Well, that
The
means
only
we should
thing
have it probably the next 2 to 3 months.
The only thing I'm dreading with that is the bill.
How big it is?
Yeah, the bill. Yeah, it's
Just
a great
set
little
up
game.
on that thing. It's a game, and it's a game setting it up just by itself.
I know.
I have a feeling. That's why I do love the tabletop simulator version of it. It's like boom,
when
done.
they sent it to me. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You can show them.
Oh,
Oh
put it
yeah,
up
he
on the
did
line.
put up.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, Herman got a hold of GMT and told him that he has some people that wants to play it ahead of time and get the was it the tabletop simulator
tabletop
module?
simulator? Yeah.
And once they have that ready for release, then he promised us first go. So mark it down, boys. Mark it down. We're gonna have a good time.
I'll let you know.
I'll tell you what, that's the best way to build up the P500 is to let us play it on and put it on channels for P500. So any of you publishers, designers that do watch this show. I have no idea why you would, but just in case you do, we would gladly love for the designer for us to play games. We've already done it with Berticelli, and we'll do it with Herman Luttman. I've done it with OG, and for 2 games, for Point Blank and for Bitter Harvest. Yeah. So I think it's a great way, and if you can do that, get it out there.
Wolfpack too. Don't forget Wolfpack.
Yes, Wolfpack.
Yeah, we did Tank Duel and Wolfpack.
Yeah,
so
and it's amazing. All the games that you, Tony, and Jester and us 3 have played all together. It still hasn't put people off. Amazing.
Yeah, so there you go. If we can play it and people,
I think people like watching Ruff die. I think that's the thing. Got Banish the Snakes. I got that one.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah,
too.
looking forward to that. And again, not a war game, but it just looks, the graphics just look so.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
Here's the other thing. I got this in the last batch too. And I'm not a Twilight Struggle guy. I've never really liked Twilight Struggle, but this one really is kind of like Twilight Struggle baby. It's for little guys.
It doesn't have. Does have a solo. It's got a solo.
It's got a solo mod already built into it.
It's a separate game, not an expansion.
It is.
It's a separate game. Yeah,
it is actually technically here. Here's the thing that's kind of cool. It is its solo game by itself, but you can actually integrate it into your Twilight Struggle game. You can actually take some of the Twilight. This is 2 turns, but you can play an optional 3rd turn if you take cards from Twilight Struggle and add those cards to this game.
That's
so
pretty
cool.
Actually,
it's actually kind of cool how if you own Twilight Struggle, you can actually take this game and kind of expand it based on your Twilight Struggle. So, and I'm not a Twilight Struggle guy. That's why I was going to get this, but this has solo built into it.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments.
I just read John's Nerd Shop Workshop. Yeah, that's correct.
Friend and I are playing.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, that's to be expected. Have you seen Herman play games?
Yeah,
he's unluckier than me.
Here's a nice solo book. It weighs in actually 28 pages, but this is the solo and background book. So this is the one that goes through all the different cards and talks to you about the cards. The solo module is only 14 pages. So don't freak out and go, oh my God, it's 28 pages. No.
Yeah. Yep.
And here's the thing. There is some videos on people that have played this and kind of give you an overview on the game. I think it's as a solo, it's going to be great. I really do, because you're going to be able to play it in less than an hour. So we'll see how that goes. And Mike Butterjelly's actually got me in touch with someone that might be on the show. I'm not going to talk about it right now. Joel Troffin. But
Joel,
we might have somebody else coming on as Butterjelly is going to hook us up with somebody else. I'm just saying. But I can't tell you who it is yet. So just.
Oh, really? Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. I won't.
Hey, our group's still live. The War Room Furniture.
Yes. We actually, Herman included us in the game.
I can't wait for that.
I've seen the counter. I've seen the counter. We are in the game. The War Room Furniture's in the game.
What's Herman saying? He said, as presenters, are we wooden? Is that what he's saying?
No, we're soft, like mattresses and couches.
Soft and cuddly.
Hey, Bill, how's it going? Bill, I was gonna try.
Yep.
I was gonna try to get to you Sunday, and then we had that snowstorm. So I'll get with you, and then maybe we can get together sometime in the next week, so I can get you your game and we can play. So with that, that snowstorm on Sunday screwed everything up.
Yeah,
and then it melted that night.
I've got the Russian campaign as well.
Me too.
I've got a lot of stuff now. If they just started shipping January, I think it was January 8th. What was it, 16th or 18th? They started shipping.
I'll get it before you do.
You'll get it,
which means I will literally get it on March. I'm sorry, February. Let's see. It'll be February 20th. Will be the day I get mine. Oh, Banish the Snakes, Inferno, the Russian Campaign are all those are all mine. Ooh, those
I
are all
got
mine.
2 of those. Banish the
Yeah.
Snakes and Inferno.
Wayne Marks, how you doing? Here's another great YouTube channel if you enjoy sports. Another guy we could try to get in on the wargaming front there. Just saying, we could.
Yeah, we could. One at a time. That's what we're doing. One at a time.
One at a time. It's all just little nibs here and there.
Yeah.
Carrier Philippine Sea is going to be it's coming soon.
Yeah. Luckily I had pre-ordered that, and I'm kind of glad it didn't go through. So I had some issues with I had to change my PayPal and stuff. Anyways.
Why? You don't want that game then?
Well, I don't want to afford it right now. I can't afford it.
I see.
Right now.
Yes, I can't afford it.
I'll eventually when they do their sale, I'll get it then. So
yeah,
who's that?
The Philippine Seas, Carrier Philippine Seas.
Oh,
yeah,
who's
what was that? Compass.
Oh, Compass.
Yeah, it's a solo. So is it flat top? Not flat top. It's Carrier.
No, it's Carrier that came out in
but like a different version. Yeah,
but it's a different location. It's updated, but different. Yeah,
size counters you have. That's the important question to ask.
Makes no odds to me. It's a solo game.
Oh, that's true. It is solo.
Of a classic game.
It is solo. That is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I think John Southern. I think it was the original designer of Carrier that did this one as well.
Yeah, so. it's his game again. Yeah, but I think a lot of people, iffy about it because it's the old turkey
shooter. Yeah,
and if it's going to be exciting, rather than a one-sided turkey shoot.
Well, I mean, those one-sided scenarios can still be super interesting. There's one in the Second World War. See, that's why I wondered is because the United States Navy outnumbers them 4-1. I'm like, how can the Japanese even stand in this fight? But all the Japanese need to do is have like 2 ships survive, and they win the battle. So it's up to the U.S. to completely destroy them. Hey,
the drinks in the house
here.
I'm going to need another beer.
Everybody drink.
Don't get another obscenely strong IPA. IPA shouldn't be that strong. Indian Pale Ale wasn't brewed that strong originally. As Gareth said, it was used to ship across to the army in the colonies
in the India Pale Ale. Yep.
Yeah.
That's because they're better than that. By the way, just saying.
Late pledges still available at the Lock and Load Publishing website. I'm just saying.
I recommend if you like any tactical system, get it.
I can't get mine. That's how I'm.
Jester's got the Vaseline lens.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It doesn't make you look any prettier, I'll tell you.
I was on such a roll. 25 games in 26 days. Rolling. I'm like 5 days left in the month. I've got 5 games. I've got them all lined up, ready to go. And then this game shows up. Evil. Lock and Load is evil. And they shows up at my doorstep, and it's like, here, play me. I'm better than all those other games. Please play me. But like I mentioned earlier, and I'm not just saying this because I said this when David wasn't here, this game is completely brand new and invigorated the system with all the new additions in the game. It's not just the same old Lock and Load.
No, you were calling all the B's and C's and F's under the sun. So when he turns up, you're all nice.
See you later, Steve. Thanks for coming by.
Okay,
we do
William,
appreciate
it. Are you lying about that, or is that a rumor, or are you 100% sure on that?
Well,
so Mosby's Raiders, what I just did.
Where are you?
Compass is redoing the version. Next comment down. If that is true, it's Mosby's Raiders. The game I just finished. Yeah. They're doing a new one. I would love to see it because the components.
Yeah. I tell you what. After watching your one, Tone, I was looking on eBay. So.
Who is it? Dwayne Martz. If you go up, he's looking at it. Yeah, they're not that. How were they expensive?
Well,
when you
about
found
30, 40 quid.
Oh, there's your
That's not bad.
confirmation, Mike.
That's
Mike
not bad.
knows-
Yes, they
Mike
remake
knows
it. I will be
everything.
I'll
buying
wait
it.
then. I'll wait another 4 years.
Yeah,
I think
it's a really good game. I got lucky. I will be honest with you. That game, I got lucky. Oh, he likes the Civil War.
He does like the Civil War. He
Dwayne,
does.
and in Magnificent Style by Herman Luttman is a great war game to have fun with. That's Pickett's Charge, Battles of Gettysburg. It's a push your luck game.
yeah.
Definitely go for it. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, we'll have to just slowly work on a few of these guys. We'll get them in.
The old
Yeah, check
Drive
out
culture, isn't it?
After Further Review with Steve Tower. If you guys would go subscribe to his channel, we like to support the people that support us. Just go over to his channel, hit subscribe, and leave him a comment every once in a while. Let him know what a good job he's doing, and we appreciate him stopping in and saying hi to everybody. So, same thing with Dwayne March YouTube network. They're sports guys. They know me because of my sports background. We're doing.
Worthington Publishing.
We allow everyone to come into our fold. It doesn't matter if you play sports games or what kind of games you play. If you can play and participate with us, we'll love to have you on the channel. We love to talk with you. We'd love to have you here as a guest. Everyone.
Extra squeaky. If you're thinking of getting Atlantic Chase, I'm not just saying it, but check out my tutorial videos, and there's some playthroughs on there as well to see if it's your thing. I think you'll like it.
Which one was extra squeaky? The Atlantic Chase. Yes.
Yeah.
If you like Atlantic Chase, check
I
out
like
Russ
Atlantic
Sorkin. He's
Chase.
done every video under the sun for that game. It used to be his number one, but not anymore. Oh no, his mistress got knocked off.
Panzer.
Yes. He used to go to bed with this and the rules, and he used to love that game, and he would hug it
Still love
and
it.
care
Still love
for it. And now it's probably on the bottom shelf and probably.
No, look, it's there. Look.
What Tony? He was wondering what the publisher was.
Yeah, Worthington.
I actually am putting the link in right now.
Oh, there we go.
That
Tony's
goes right
on
to
it.
the game.
Dwayne will have that
It's-
information
yep,
for
I
you.
just
to
put it
share.
in there. Yep, there's the link.
We
It'll
do
take you
what
right to
other vlogs don't do. We listen to our chat and respond.
And according to the website, they have 23 available.
23.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get that
23
sold
left.
out today, boys. Let's get that sold out today.
No, if you really like Civil War and is just getting into wargaming, I had so much fun with that one. Even the old edition, I have not played the new edition.
I have
That needs to
not
get on the
heard.
channel.
I mean, okay, it's Civil War. I'm not the greatest expert on it, but all the comments I've heard about that game, not heard a negative one. Everybody says it's bonkers fun.
Oh,
So,
it's crap. There we go.
Yeah.
no, I
Herman's
got
nice.
that one when it was Victory Point Games did that, and that's Herman's design. They did this. Worthington has done such a good job. It's
They've
totally
blinged
worth
it up to the nth degree.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
looks really nice.
Instead of chit draw, you have cards, which I
Jezza,
love
what are
card
you
draw.
thinking? Get that box open.
Wow, yeah. It's even opened his box yet.
Again, it's
Yeah.
not for everyone. It's not for everyone, but I love it.
I actually have it pre-ordered in the next I
I hope you enjoy it. It's different. It's so different. And
Oh, rough.
what?
Wait till you hear about my game that I'm going to P500 that I'm going to show today.
Okay.
You are going to. I'm hoping you are
I'm not gonna
going to
cry.
love it.
I'm going to cry, am I? You're going to see me
No.
cry on live?
No, I can't wait to show it because I think you're
All
gonna love it. It's one of those ones that we've been trying to get you into this type of game, and I think this might be another one.
Oh, God. You're
It's a
horrible.
coin game. It's a coin game, but it might be I think it'd be one you'd like.
I might have ordered it.
It's not Red Dust Rebellion. I'm not doing that one. So,
All right.
so
Well, I'll wait. I won't say anymore. I'll wait till you do it. Yeah.
But no, so I did Mosby's Raiders this last week. I had a snow day, so I finished it off on Wednesday. That's why I was able to get it all
What?
done. Yeah, I had a snow day Wednesday. So I
Teacher,
literally spent
teacher.
I really spent half the morning down here finishing the game off.
I was gonna
and
say
loved it. Yeah.
there is no work going on that day.
Oh, it's snowing. Oh, the world stops. It's the same over here.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's great game.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, for sure.
If you
And
like,
how was the solo, Ruff? Tell us. You liked it?
I loved it.
Wow, really? Okay.
So I don't think so. Oh, it's bolted on. It's bolted on. I don't think so. I think he looked at it and think, now how can we make this a solo? And sort of went not completely back to the drawing board, but took a step
Enough
back.
where it's not just a bolt on.
To roll on. Yeah, there's tables to roll on and things. It works really well. Yeah, I think. But then I love everything.
That's true. That's okay. Somebody's got to love everything.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to hate everything, and somebody's got to be neutral. So,
Well, you see, the things I don't like don't go on the channel. You see, that's
Seriously, I still can't believe I finished Rock of the Marne. Like I was not having fun with that game, and I still finished. I'm proud of myself for finishing it,
that's cool.
but I still can't believe I finished it. So
but you enjoyed it at the end. You enjoyed.
Yeah, I did. It was just I'm glad I did because it was such a slog in the middle. That's always the game I worry.
We've almost done with January.
Mm-hmm.
How many of your list have you completed so far? I have one.
I have, as of 6:00 tonight, it'll be 3.
Ruff, how many you got? One?
Hey, it's still good.
Gotta
hey,
stay on it, boys.
One a month and you're good.
Yeah, one a month.
One a month, you're okay.
Pace, so, yep.
And I've actually got my second game all ready to go. I just haven't had it set out on the table. There it is.
Oh, you're going for the big boy. Oh,
I'm going big boy right off the bat.
So are you doing World War II, Korea?
I'm doing just the basic World War II scenario. Yeah.
No, that's fine. There's enough in that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went with Korea, but I'm kind of like wanting World War II just because that's
actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a setup and then like turn one video and then cut it off and then let everyone go and say, this is what you did wrong. And this is what you forgot. And this, so that way, when I do the second part video, it'll get
That's
better.
what I did, and I loved it. And then make sure you post it to the Fields of Fire HQ Facebook. Those guys are great. Their feedback is well done because it's the guys who actually redid the rule book. Andrew Stead, and there's another guy on there.
All the nutters for Field of Fire on that page.
Yeah, they do a great job. I loved it. That was awesome.
Well, I mean, I could get that on the table sometime if it wasn't for this bloody game and it showing up at the wrong bloody time, as Ruff would say.
None of old nonsense. Can't wait for mine.
It is. We talked about this earlier, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it again for those people just joining us. This game is completely new edition of Lock and Load Tactical is the way I feel in it, with the way the solo module is designed around the game now, with the data cards, with all the additions in the game and the system, and actually building the solo deck together. It is really a brand new version. It is like Lock and Load Tactical 3.0 is what I'm
If you're thinking of getting a Lock and Load Tactical, I mean, I've got a few there, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Just a few.
Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with them. But if you're going for a first-time buy, wait for this one, or order this one, late pledge it, because it's completely remodeled.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can't wait. I'm not saying anymore because I'll get Lock and Load. I'll get drunk.
It is. It's. I did an unboxing, and I was going in with the same impression. It's just another Lock and Load game. It is not. Yeah. It is completely. The solo assistant charts are different now. I love the fact that they're willing to innovate and try things. Like, hey, here's a 3D piece. I thought it would be kind of cool. What do you guys think of this? Should we include these going forward? Would you like to see these? And all I've heard is great things from people. Oh yeah, that is the coolest thing. I wish everybody would do this.
Jez has asked about are the old Lock and Load modules still compatible with the new version? The rules are the rules. No,
They
the
are
rules
not.
are the rules, aren't they?
The rules are the rules.
5.1
Yes, the solo
Solo
is not.
rules.
Yeah.
No, they're not. You've got to play with the older solo
Solo,
assistant thing with those. The new one has its own solo bot just for that module, and every new module coming out will have its own solo bot.
Which I think
If you're
is
playing two-handed,
brilliant.
if you're playing two-handed or two-player, then no, they're all compatible using the 5.1 rules. So great.
Yeah.
Let's catch up in the chat here just for a second. Is Chancellorsville 1869 game you also designed? And Herman said, let's see.
Later on down, he says no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He says it's good stuff. Wish you could play a game one
Wish you could
time.
play one game 10 times for a challenge. I would almost be there. Yeah.
Yeah, with
You can't do that.
all the
You
play
can't do
testing
that.
he's doing.
Maybe
Yeah.
next year we'll include one where you can play multiple. That might even be a good idea, actually.
Oh,
You
yeah.
play one game and count, multiple times for bonus points or something. That would be good.
Extra squeaky, it's a game called Wolfpack that he's designing. I know he's played that probably multiple times. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're hoping to see that this year.
I think I'm hoping.
I wish I would have put this on my list for my 2023 game, right? I wish I would have put that on my list now because I know
it's on mine.
I should have. I was dumb. I was like, no, I don't want to put any more lock and loads because every year I put them on, and I'm like, this year I wanted to try different things. So,
and the other one's on this table here. The old Point Blanks on there as well, ready.
That's such a good game. I loved that game.
Trying to get a conveyor belt, you see.
It was honestly between those two games, and I think Bayonets and Tomahawks, if I remember right. So out of my top four, the two, the Heroes of Bitter Harvest and Point Blank were two of my top four games for 2022.
The only thing that's putting it back a bit is I'm saving up my money to get the sleeves.
Dude, I'm telling you,
need
just sleeve the action deck.
I may not
just the action deck
not sleeve anything and sleeve them later. I want to just get it played, So
just the action deck is fine.
Yeah, we're starting to talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up, Ruff. Because our subject today is kind of what I'm doing here with Heroes of the Bitter Harvest. Is I'm kind of going through my process I use when I get a new game. How do I get it ready to play? Right? What do I do? What do I look at? What do I, what's my procedure that I go through to get things ready to go?
Well, you're going to have to clip 6 counter sheets with the lock and load game.
That's part of it, right? I mean, that's part of what we do to prepare.
That's honestly part of what a lot of the games are. You really do have to clip the counters. Yeah. Lock and Load is one of those great companies that have the pre-rounded counters.
Did you see my unboxing?
I ignored it.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I was on there. Yes.
I've seen Tony's. I didn't need to watch yours.
Right. I understand. Well, here's what I said. I said everyone loves to have the counter sheets, right? And have them all punch in, punch out, right? And it's great that we can see all the counters are there, and then we just shake it, and all of them come out, right? And I literally, I picked up the little expansion bag, and all the counters had fallen out. And I'm like, look, you can shake the bag, and all the counters fall out. I'm ready to go. Yeah. That was like perfect timing. I couldn't have planned it any better than that. It was awesome.
Nope.
Eric, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Eric was a winner. Oh, yeah. Winner, chicken dinner. He got our game. He got his game this week. Hopefully, he's enjoying it. And thanks to Lock and Load, everyone drink.
Oh, lucky.
Thanks to Lock and Load for their donations to the War Room.
I have to go pick up dinner, so I'm not going to grab another one of these. But yeah,
go for it, Tone. It's Saturday night. Go on.
I got to go pick up dinner afterwards. Oh, it's an hour though, so it would be good. Anyways, I'm good right now.
He's watching the Kiddies this weekend.
Go walk and get it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to talk about what we do to get things ready for our game from start to, do you read through do you take the rule book to bed with you? Do you read the rules?
Okay.
Do you just
Gareth's got it. Shake and bake counters.
Yes.
Love that. That's great.
That's what we should call lock and load. They're shake and bake, ready to go.
Counters.
You shake the bag, they all fall out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like
Some
that.
people aren't going to get that comment though. Some will, some won't.
Yes, thank you, Eric. Good job. Thank you. So I shipped out my games this week to everyone. And I've gotten a lot of positive replies that they've got them. Even Nerd Workshop should be getting his sometime this week.
What are you sending him out stuff for? You only get it burnt.
It's true. Let's see what Phoenix Knights. I tend to call them prepared for new game playthroughs, maintenance night. That's where I punch out.
Oh, yeah, I remember saying that. Yeah.
Sleeve related cards and generally anything else to get it ready. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a great maintenance night. I like that comment. Yeah. We need to, have a maintenance night. That's kind of what I've been doing with the Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, just going through and saying, okay, I'm preparing now to put this on the table. What do I do? What's the process I use? I'm now going to set up the game. How do I do that? And it's actually different with this version because now there's charts and tables and stuff that you got to look up, and you got counters you got to pull out of the bag and put on the map and flip them over. I mean, it's a lot of work, but I think it's great work. Don't you think?
It's fun. I love setting up the randomness on that. That is the Stout Hearts that I'm playing right now has that as well. They have cups of the different lines, and it's random. You don't know what you're getting until you grow up to it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I've really enjoyed what Dave's done with that. David and his team at Lock and Load. I want to give all of their credit. I don't want to just give David credit.
I don't think Kevin had much to do with it. They just stuck his face
not at all. They just put his
face
on it just because they knew it would sell.
I've
got something. So I've been reaching out to one of our previous guests to do a collaboration with, and we're going to try to figure something out to do one of your favorite games that you no longer have that you're yelling at GMT to play.
Combat Commander.
Who's our number one Combat Commander game?
Patrick.
Yes. So I reached out to him, and we're going to do an RSG. So we're going to.
Oh, it's funny that you did that because I just posted a comment on his last video about that. Yeah. I said, "Oh, we should get together sometime and play."
Yeah. So I've sent something out, and I want to play. With. We're actually gotta. I was hoping to do it this weekend since I am. My wife's out on a girls' weekend. But that didn't quite work out because he had a busy schedule and I waited till the last minute. So sweet.
They got it.
Yeah, that's outside the tank, so no turn.
Good thinking.
What was my thoughts on the 3D tile, which is a bit of a gimmick, or what do I think of it? So
yes and no. It is a bit of a gimmick.
I think this is a great innovation and a design, and I think going forward, this could be great if everyone decides to do it. Problem is, how many scenarios are you going to use this for? And is it worth it? If you got like one scenario that has this mountain, then you use it one time. And then once that scenario is over, it just takes up room in your box. So if you have multiple different scenarios that you can use, what I would rather have than something like this is I would rather have the different mountains cut singularly where I can just stack them up myself on top of one another.
Exactly.
It'd make it more modular, which means A, you can then use them for more scenarios. Mm-hmm. And B, it would be easier to put away and stack. So that would be.
So I know Dave sent that out. Dave talked to me about it. He was curious about it. And I said, I would probably use it just because it'd be great when you video. And the nice thing about this module is there's only one hill in all the maps. Like they only needed that one. But yeah, the module would be great. Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I think that's exactly my thoughts. Then you can use it on multiple maps. And as Gareth said, it also give an idea to new players for tactical stuff about line of sight and things like that.
It helps with that. Yep.
Yeah.
So Herman, I've got
I think it will help with. Okay. As we know, wargaming, believe it or not, is not mainstream, right?
Really?
But if we had 3D pieces like this on the table, when people are walking around a convention, they would stop and go, "Oh, that's kind of cool. What is that going on?" And you can talk to them about it and maybe introduce some people to wargaming and say, "Oh yeah, this is it's lock and load tactical or whatever." And we use these 3D pieces for different terrain. And people might go, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that idea." So yes, I think in the long run it would be a good idea to add things like this, but I think it needs to be implemented
in that modular way,
better or more modular way. Like the one thing I don't like about old school tactical is their maps, right? Because their maps are huge and big and great, but
they're huge and big.
They're huge and big and great, right? So if you had a modular, right, where you could then, what do they call it? Isomorphic or whatever?
Yeah,
where you can,
geomorphic.
Geomorphic, right? If they were smaller and geomorphic, that would be much better. That's what I think this should be, geomorphic, so that you could mix and match these pieces together, create, like, you see, we have one hill that's like that big, and you have another hill that's the other side, and you put those together. Yeah. And then you have this piece, you put it on top, and you're ready to go.
Or you have another piece you can put on top, make a big hill, but only that little bit. Yeah. So there's lots you can do.
When you get a 3D printer.
Can you put Herman's comment back up there about the downfall of Empires? I've got a story about that. So I had kickstarted both of these games, and this is where junk mail comes in and is a problem. They had sent the pledge backer or whatever, and it got sent to my junk mail. And I was like, I noticed. So I sent a message to them. I said, I noticed everybody's getting them. I have not received them. What's going on? Hey, is there something? She's like, you didn't pay for shipping. I bet your email went to the junk mail. And they're over in Spain. So I had to send a wire transfer, an international transfer of 38 euros for shipping. So I can't wait to get them because they look really good. Natalie's actually excited about playing them because I've heard they're really good at that kind of entry level, and she's just getting into World War II at school, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, so I'm like, that was my fault. I'm not going to blame them for that. But man, luckily, I'll tell you what, PayPal actually has a great way of international transfers without, because if I'd have gone through the bank, it would have been $40 for a $38 euro transfer. Yeah. But PayPal's got what's called Zoom. They took care of it. So I'm just waiting for it to come, but it's probably coming from Spain.
But that's weird. That's weird that the shipping costs you 38 euros from Spain to you.
Yeah.
Whereas I send a parcel from here to Germany and it costs 38 bloody euros virtually.
Yeah.
So, go figure.
Yeah. I don't know, but I know I know those are two heavy boxes too. I know they're not light because it's like they're mounted boards and everything. So, but yeah, Herman, I can't wait to get them, but I just, I really want to get them and get them out because I've heard good things about them. So
yeah, it's interesting. A couple people both mentioned the 3D terrain and being Heroescape. If you guys ever played Heroescape, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I've not played it, but I've seen it, so I know what you're talking about.
When you walk around a convention and you see Heroescape out, you go, "Oh, that's pretty cool looking." I mean, we don't need something as big as that, but having 3D terrain out, I think be a cool thing.
It's good on the eye. It's just looks a bit more bling. We love bling.
The war game. There you go. Heroescape the war game. I like that.
Everybody was so they have the same. So they won't take PayPal, but PayPal has an international transfer option, and it uses what's called Zoom. So that's what I use. Yeah, they don't take PayPal. But Zoom is actually an international bank transfer. And so I was able to
PayPal uses along with a load of other different companies. Yeah.
Yeah. So
does Brexit have any effect on the shipping? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Shipping is expensive, Stig. And I think also when it gets into the European country, they have to pay charges, just like I do when something comes from Europe into the UK. I have to pay, if it's of a certain amount, I have to pay custom charges as well. So yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. Tony, question for you from Alistair. I hear a lot of kids don't learn history in school these days. As a teacher, do you agree?
Here's the problem. We have to jam 2,000 plus years of history into a year. We can't get as detailed as I would like for history. Honestly, so I teach modern American history, which is basically about 1880s to today. I a lot of times can't even get past the Cold War because there's just not enough time. So a lot of times that's the biggest issue. No, they do teach history. Matter of fact, you have to pass a history in Ohio. You have to pass a history test to graduate.
So, Tone, what are you doing if the poor old kids get an exam question on the 1990s? Then,
luckily, they generally stick to a couple of major topics. New Deal was the last big one. Generally civil rights, which I make sure I cover.
I'm just joking. I mean,
it's a legit problem. No, it's a legit problem. If they get too recent, a lot of times I don't even have a chance to get there.
Because when we were kids, sixth grade was, I think it was like the Civil War. Seventh grade for me was like World War I. Eighth grade was World War II. It's like every year had their own specific time frame that they taught.
Yeah.
And then in high school, we had to take two history classes.
Yeah. So high school,
could do the whole thing, but you did certain blocks of stuff. You know.
What I find interesting is the topic I would love to teach is the ancient Rome, ancient Greece. The problem is in Ohio, that's seventh grade level, which is not appropriate to teach most of the stuff, most of the interesting stuff about the ancients. When you're teaching seventh graders, you can't really go into a lot of detail about what really happened because it's just not appropriate. For that level. But when I have to explain what an Oedipus complex is to a bunch of seventh graders, it's just not.
No, yeah.
I've learned how to do it, but it's not a comfortable.
They probably know more than you do, Tone. You know what your kids are like.
Not when you talk about Oedipus. And so I always have to clarify that Oedipus was stolen as a baby and didn't know what he was doing.
You mean Oedipus?
Oedipus, whatever.
Oedipus, yeah.
Anyways, so they do teach a lot of history. Unfortunately, they can't get into the nuances of history, which is what I think us as war gamers we love, is that nuance, that minutia, the small things that really matter. We have to keep big, gigantic topics. Like I did the New Deal.
But I think if any student is really you've captured any student with history, they're going to carry on to college.
They're going to be interested in it,
and all that sort of thing. So that's where they get the minutiae. Then
I want to brag, and I'm going to brag. I'm tired of being humble about this, but on that Ohio State testing, I generally have about a 90 to 95% pass rate.
Only because you give them the answers.
That's right.
I can't.
You take the test for them, so
yeah.
So
you only charge $10 a piece, so that's all right.
Okay, now I believe this was one of my former students that just put a comment up, but I don't know for sure because I've got a John Clark. I don't know for sure if that's him, but teaching just history of World War I and whys and why not helps explain everything the way they are nowadays. Yes, that is so true. It also explains World War II. It explains a lot. World War I, actually, the pre-World War I actually explains why the world is the way it is now.
And
it's just crazy.
Also why there's problems in certain parts of the world now that's very sandy and hot, that there wasn't
and laden with oil
there before because of things that went on during the First World War. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to lead that back all the way back to the Crusades. Right before the Crusades, it was.
Here's what I'm going to do to keep us on track for things. It's already 10 after 5 already, so we're going to have everyone's favorite segment of the day. It is, look, Ruff remembers his brand new logo. Look at that! Wow,
that was nice, Ruff. I really appreciate. That was pretty cool.
I like that.
Other than the Crusades is upside down, but hey, not being.
Oh my God! Look at that book is upside. Oh my God! They're all upside down. What are you doing, Ruff?
What the hell's a tail of a guinea pig? What?
It's a war book.
Is it really?
Yes.
Is it the guinea pig war?
Yes, it's the Battle of the Snakes.
Wow. Or the emu, or the hey, I got to give it to animals when an animal actually beats the human army in a particular country down under. It's pretty funny. You guys ever heard about the emu battle, the Battle of the Emus? that actually beat the Australian army?
They're vicious. They are
No.
vicious.
I'm not kidding. They actually beat the Australian army, a bunch of emus. Now we're talking thousands of emus, but yeah.
Yeah.
And of course they were limited on what they can do. Okay, anyways, Ruff, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's fine.
Rough.
I was like,
What happened
what the hell's a tale
in
of
January
I've had a beer.
28th
So.
in history? Anything
Go check it
important
out.
happen?
Well, a few things. 1833.
1833.
1833. Birth of General Charles George Hamilton Gordon, British defender of Khartoum and often referred to as Gordon of Khartoum. So he was born today. 1896. What are you doing? Make me feel seasick. 1896. Walter Arnold of Kent. This is nothing to do with history. I found this really funny. 1896. Walter Arnold of Kent was the first British motorist to receive a speeding fine for exceeding the 2 mile an hour speed limit in a built-up area. He was going bonkers. He was doing 8 miles an hour as he passed the house of a local policeman. This policeman gave chase on his bicycle and after a 5 mile chase, caught him and arrested him. He was fined 1 shilling for his offence. Anyway, sorry, that was just daft, made me laugh. 1871, Franco-Prussian War. The siege of Paris ends in the French defeat and an armistice. And in 1909, United States troops leave Cuba, with the exception of Guantanamo Bay Naval Base, after being there since the Spanish-American War. And the Spanish-American War, not that I know too much about it, sort of April 21st to August the 13th, 1898, was a period of armed conflict between Spain and the United States, of course.
Remember the Maine, to hell with Spain.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Oh,
Shut up.
Sorry.
Hostilities began in the aftermath of the internal explosion of the USS Maine in Havana Harbor in Cuba, leading to United States intervention in the Cuban War of Independence. Maine was sent to Havana Harbor to protect U.S. interests during the Cuban War of Independence, and she exploded and sank on the evening of 15th of February, 1898, killing 268 sailors. The Maine was a Navy armored cruiser or second-class battleship that sank, as I said, on the 15th of Feb. And this contributed to the outbreak of the Spanish-American War. They used it in April. U.S. newspapers engaging in something called yellow journalism, which
it's actually journalism now. It's
yeah,
propaganda.
it's now called just journalism.
It's now called
yeah, where they sort of made up fake news, if you like.
Propaganda is propaganda.
Yeah, propaganda to boost circulation, claimed that the Spanish were responsible for the ship's destruction. I think maybe the Americans wanted to actually get involved. The phrase, remember the Maine, to hell with Spain, became a rallying cry for action. Although the Maine explosion was not a direct cause, it served as a catalyst that accelerated the events leading up to the war. The war led to the United States emerging predominantly in the Caribbean region and resulted in U.S. acquisition of Spain's Pacific possessions. It led to the United States involvement in the Philippine Revolution and later to the Philippine-American War. So all that happened, and in 1909, the US left Cuba apart from Guantanamo Bay. So, yeah, I thought that was quite interesting.
They actually, so just to add something to that, Ruff, to help with the propaganda, they actually recreated the battles on TV screens for movies at that time, and so they actually recreated the battles, and they always made the Spanish look bad, like they were horrible people that were shooting like civilians and stuff like that. So yeah, that included to that propaganda. Yeah.
Lots of propaganda going on. Yeah,
lots of propaganda.
So it's, again, another conflict I know a tremendous amount about. So interesting to find out a little bit. And lastly, 1945. The action of the 28th of January 1945 was an inconclusive naval battle of the Second World War, fought between 2 British Royal Naval light cruisers and 3 Kriegsmarine destroyers near Bergen, Norway. Excuse me. The battle was the last of many actions between British and German warships off Norway during the war. So this was our last sort of conflict, naval conflict, if you like, and the second to last surface engagement to be fought by the Kriegsmarine. It resulted in heavy damage to one of the German destroyers and light damage to another destroyer and both British cruisers. By this time, most of the Kriegsmarine remaining warships were stationed in the Baltic, where they supported German military operations and the evacuation of civilians, because the Russians were coming until the end of the war in May. So there we go. Ruff remembers this day, 28th of January. Yeah.
All right.
Nicely done. All right. Good job. Well done, Ruff.
Wow.
And your nice little logo, except for your picture's going to have to change because
No, I'm
it's going
sorry.
to drive me crazy when you have your
just to annoy you. Books
It's-
all over
it's
the place.
all
Yeah.
over the place. It's not acceptable. Not acceptable.
That's why I picked it, because I can cope with it because I did it myself, but I knew you couldn't.
Ruff was happy to put box games on so you wouldn't rag on his book collection
Yeah.
being all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, now we have another. Where is it? Hang on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bam. Look at that.
We're getting
we
a
gotta
bit professional
We gotta
now.
get we gotta get Tony all hang on. We gotta switch you guys. Bring Tony. There's Tony and his new logo. Look at us getting all professional like. Wow.
I'm going to work on that. I think I need to work on that a little
We're
bit.
going to go behind a paywall soon. We're getting so
Yeah,
popular.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, I also shared my screen. So if you could,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead and
My apologies. There we go.
put that up. Thank you. So Ruff, I know you're not a big coin game fan, but what if it was World War II and werewolves?
Ooh, I like that.
So
I'm
Legion
intrigued.
has
Can you make it a bit
has
bigger? Can you make it a bit
Werewolf, Insurgency, Occupancy, Germany, 1945 to 1948. So it's right after World War II.
Ooh.
Inspired by the Coin series, Werewolf is an asymmetrical alternate history strategy game for 1 to 4 players. And they actually have the rules on there. So you have Germany. And by the way, my wife, correctly, I saw this online and my wife's like, oh, that's Germany. I was like, yes, it is. And it's about werewolves. Ruff's going to like it.
Yeah.
4 factions are now competing for control of and the loyalty of the German population. The Allied occupying forces, Western Allied troops, and German police, referenced as the Allies in the rule set. The Soviet Union, the Red Army, the NKVD, lovely NKVD, referenced as the Soviets in the rules. The Edelweiss movement, the patriotic but anti-Nazi German resistance, referred to as Edelweiss, sorry, that's a flower. All of us from that have watched Sound of Music know what that is. And the Werewolf organization, former
Also a
SS
crack unit of German mountaineering soldiers.
Yep, that's true. Yeah. Former SS and other Nazi fanatics trained guerrilla warfare referred to as werewolf in the rules. Oh, okay. So it's not really werewolves, but it's like that time period. The struggle is not over for military hearts and controls and minds of German people, but also to cover the remnants of the Nazi war machine and research programs. Soviets and allies may rely on cooperative to crush the German guerrillas, but will completely secure top German scientists and prototypes for their own. The allies try to denazify the populace and entice them into American pop culture. The Soviets used everything from indoctrination to mass deportation to keep Germany under control, and loyalty split between democracy, communism, and a resurgent fascism or nationalism. I really think this is a pretty cool idea.
Now, yeah, because I like Red Dust Rebellion, and I've also, and this might, but look at the price.
$72.
What's that going to be time it gets over here?
Probably $462.
Yeah, something. Yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
So what I do love, they have, so you've got the map here, you have the counters. This is definitely coin. Forget coin inspired. It's coin. But it's the map looks gorgeous.
Is there some sort of copyright issues? Is what's his name who designs all the coin games?
Volca.
Vuka?
Oh yeah, Volker. Is he going?
Volker.
Hello. Is he sort of rubbing his?
I
chin?
I think because it's a system, I don't know if they can or if it's or what they do. That's a question.
Can you copyright?
I'm not
a system?
sure.
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't, because being a musician, when we used to, when we did recordings or did our albums and that, you can't copyright versions. So if you change the version of a song,
Okay.
you do a new arrangement, the original composer can't do anything about it. There's no copyright on arrangements.
Because it looks like there's event cards. In this case, there's capability cards. So they looks like they've changed it probably enough that they want to have a problem with that.
Oh, right. Fair enough then. That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
They do have the playtest rules as
I
well.
think Greg
so
does the
that's kinda
same,
cool.
doesn't he? Greg Smith encourages as
Yep.
well.
And most people like Ruka. He's already done with coin. He's moved on. So, but yep. So they actually have the rules here. You can take a look at the rules and
That's what I
stuff.
felt, yeah.
There's also one that came out recently. Who's the publisher? Legion War Games. I should probably put but it's Legion War Games is the publisher. They have a lot of cool. I also wanted to run real quick back to home because I wanted to cover this. All of you that are interested in that Skyhawk, the solitaire game, it is $55 still.
Not over here, it's not.
Well, I'm not talking to you.
I know. You don't give a monkeys about us poor souls across the pond.
Yeah. But they also, this was the other one I was going to
That's
go
the
for,
other
which
one
is
I'm looking
Acers
at,
of
yeah.
Valors, which is a solitaire Western Front during World War One. And that's actually supposed to be released next month.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Sure does.
So,
Mind you, we've got Gregory Smith's one. I don't know when that's
yeah.
coming.
So, but yeah, no. So that's I
cool.
thought you might like that alternate history.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he closed it again. He closed his browser.
He's closed
and
his
killed himself
tabs.
again.
He's closed
I
his tabs.
guarantee that's what he did again.
We've
Oh
all
my
done
God.
that. We've all done that.
He
But
does that
yes,
every week now.
that would be interesting. Just depends on the old price there.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at those games after the show tonight and take a look at them. And here he comes back.
There he is. Yeah.
Should we let him back in?
Yes.
Should we let him back in? Oh my gosh. He closed the browser again. Didn't you tell me?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was trying to like not share anymore, and I closed the wrong browser. Anyways,
We've all done it.
yeah, but I really Legion's got a bunch of stuff coming out. But that I've seen that A4E. If I had the money right now, I'd get it. I'm afraid I'm going to have to wait though. I just don't see it
What the
in
werewolf
the
one?
financial. But that werewolf one, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
because it's so sort of abstract, a bit
Yep.
like Red Dust Rebellion. It's
Mhm.
not real things. It's yeah, I'd probably love it.
Yeah. They were talking about you while you were gone, Tony. That's for sure.
I live in their heads rent free.
can't get you out, Tone.
That's right.
But no, it's pretty cool. Legion guys, check out Legion War Games. They do a great job with their games. I've got several of them. Their quality is really good on that. So I definitely recommend. Yeah. So,
sure.
so that's that. Yep.
All right. It's time for Jester's Jeopardy. And I don't
Okay.
have a
I
cool
hope
logo
you've
yet, so-
chosen
Is
a
it
game that
Panzer? Is it Panzer?
Hands-
Yeah. Where is it? Here we go.
I dread this. Don't you, Tone? I dread it.
I do now. I used to enjoy it.
It's
I
a
used
World
to
War
enjoy
II
it.
tactical game that starts with the letter P by
P.
John Day. It may or may not be on the table in front of me.
Is it Corsair Leader?
This one is
yeah.
this is literally I
Ah.
cannot make it any easier than this. I cannot make it any easier than this, I don't think.
Is it Heroes of a Better Harvest?
No, it's not that easy. It would be, I mean, that could be the game, but no. All right. Ruff,
Okay.
go ahead and start us off.
Oh, I
This
have
is
to
this
start,
is a
do I?
lay this is the layup. This is me giving you guys a layup.
I'm going to go straight for it. Is it a GMT game?
No, it's not a GMT game.
Right. Okay.
Is it World War II?
Yes, it's a World War II game. It is definitely a World War II game.
Now, we had this theatre thing, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Now,
Instead of saying theater, ask if it's on like the continent.
I was going to say, is it the well, the Eastern Front is the Eastern Front, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
that's yeah.
Is it the Eastern Front?
It is not the Eastern Front. No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
North
it
Africa.
the-
It's got to be
Is
North
it
Africa.
the North Africa front?
It is not in North Africa. No.
Okay.
We've been a bit flippant, aren't we, Tone?
Yeah, we are. We should get okay. So we're up. That was the third one. Okay.
Is it a ground war game?
Yes, it's a ground war game.
Okay. So is it Western Front?
Yes, it is Western
Okay.
Front.
So that means
that's anywhere from there right down at the bottom, isn't it?
No, because Western Front does not include
Western Front
Africa.
campaign.
Yeah,
It's a
Western
campaign.
Front, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going away from theaters now just because there is some
we fell into that trap, didn't we?
Yeah.
We've been
So it's a Western
since,
Front game. It's a Western Front
We've
game.
been suffering since with these sarky comments. Yeah. So it's a Western Front game. Now, maybe we need to know who does it.
That would help. And we've already taken
tactical.
out the number one.
Or tactical, or is it?
I think if we go tactical, that might help.
Yeah, because is it a tactical, land-based Western Front game of the Second World War, not beginning with P?
It is not a tactical game. No.
Okay. And it's a ground game.
It is.
Not by GMT.
Correct. Not by
tactical.
GMT.
Is it the Western Front of Africa? Oh, Alistair says.
Alistair's got it. He's okay. So we know it's not by GMT, so that takes out
Edward
a lot of
saying
games.
post Normandy and all that. We've got to
Yes. So is it post Normandy?
Yes, it is post Normandy.
Okay. So that leaves 44 to 45.
He's had one of these before. Oh, excuse me, MMP, or is he going to do another? Is it going to be Avalanche Press?
No, because he said it wasn't tactical.
Oh, it wasn't tactical. No, right. So,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
Is it an MMP game?
It is not an MMP game.
Here
No.
we go again.
Worthington games.
Yes, it is a Worthington game.
I know it.
Is it that bulgy one? Is it that
Maybe.
bulgy one?
There's two of them. It could be. Okay, so there's two of them. It could be.
I can't remember the names.
I know one.
There's something 1944, isn't there? And
There's the 1944 one.
And then there's the bolt. I can't remember the
Title's
name.
the problem.
Has it got 1944 in the title?
Yes, it does.
There you go. I can't remember the name, Tone.
Yeah,
Look
I
it up.
can't either. That's the one. 1944 something or another.
1944 Battle of the
It
Balls.
says gold in 1944. Yeah.
That's the one I was
Yes,
thinking. As soon as you said,
you guys
Worthington,
did
yes.
well. Very nice this week.
Well,
Good
now that
job.
we've figured out to go by fronts, I think that'll help out because
That was
'cause-
good. That was a layup for you guys. You got it.
yeah,
Pretty good there. I didn't keep track because I figured you guys would get it pretty quick. So
yeah, it was 10 or less. I think around 10.
I think the Worthington guess really.
That was
Well,
it.
as soon as I knew it'd be Worthington. As soon as soon as you said
Not
Worthington,
on a ton of games, Worthington, and we were talking about great quality and great components.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This game really. This is my first forte into Worthington games,
You like that one?
and as soon as I bought this, I'm like, I have no problem buying anything else from Worthington game.
I think they're just
top-notch.
a little. They have great components, and if you want the game, it's just know you're going to be a little bit of pricey on them. But the components are really good. They're
it's
they're
not
really
a,
good
not a
components.
heavy game, is it? It's a nice, accessible game as well.
Yeah.
It's on my list of 10 games, so I need to get it done this year.
Yeah. So
Good job, guys. Good job. All right.
yeah.
So we didn't take an hour and a half to do that today, which is awesome.
Well, we didn't have
So
those
we
other
can actually have a discussion on things we do, and you guys help us out in the chat. All right. So we're going to talk about what we do when we get a brand new game. We take it out of the shrink wrap. What do we do to get it ready to get it on the table? All right. So
I
what
put
is
it on a shelf.
obviously the
Yeah,
the
that's
first thing we do is put it on the shelf of shame. That's what we do with it.
Hey, 3-minute board game. 3-minute board games. Have you got 3-minute games or whatever it is? He says you shouldn't call it the shelf of shame. It's the shelf of opportunity.
Shelf of
Yes,
opportunity.
see,
Yeah.
always the optimist.
Well, it's funny because we do you do like when I was a manager, you do reviews and you say, okay, strengths and weaknesses. Weaknesses were changed.
The first thing he does is fires up the 3D printer.
You and your 3D printers, Mike. It's grief.
Oh my god, that's too funny, Mike. That was a good
Yeah.
one. Oh my gosh.
No,
Right.
no, Jester,
Seriously.
Worthington,
Let's have some serious discussion here, folks.
I'm just
What
going
is
to
the
ask
first
Jed.
thing we want to do? We open up the shrink wrap. What?
Stop talking.
What
I'm
do
just
we
going to say,
do
Jed
with the
said I
game?
thought Worthington only did block games. No,
No, they do a lot of other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's all I wanted to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of
Right
other.
there.
If you're thinking, you might be thinking Columbia. Columbia does only block games.
I think
It's actually,
Worthington did block
so
games.
somebody
They did
asked,
block games.
these actually, and I should mention this. These actually are punch in, punch out counters.
Oh,
These
they're
are what
rounded.
we-
Yep.
What we're calling the what are we calling these again?
Pre-rounded.
No, the term they were going to.
Oh, shake and bake.
These are the shake and bake counters, already pre-rounded. They just shake the counter sheet and they just fall right out. And look how big they are. I think these are 1-inch counters too. They are lovely counters, and you can't see them because they're in the bag. But let me grab one, and you can take a look at it. Beautiful, thick,
Good thick counters.
nice looking counters. There you go. All right. So since somebody asked. I
Yeah,
think
no.
it's only right that we go over that.
And Stigler's saying, look at what Stigler. See, he had to make a comment there.
Let's
Most
see.
wasting
going down.
counters.
Hang on.
Storage solution.
You're
Yeah,
fine.
considering,
There he is. That's your typical Stig.
yeah. Well, considering Nerd has to design his own storage cases
Yeah.
for each game, it's got to
We're
take.
going to talk about that next week.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's given up to get in on the show. He doesn't realize what he's going to have to send us, me and Ruff. Right, Ruff?
Yeah, right on. It's going
Right.
to cost him a fortune.
It's going to cost him a lot to come on the show. So, anyways, things we do to prepare for our new game, and we just got it. We were ready to go. Obviously, we take out the shrink. Then we gotta take the counters out. Hopefully, you get some
do an
shake and bake
unpacking.
counters. If you don't have the shake and bake counters, what's the best way to get the counters out, Ruff?
You asked them nicely.
Exacto knife.
I mean,
That's right.
It depends on.
It depends on the counters because some of them
Yeah.
do just fall right out too.
I mean, most
noticed
GMT ones you
GMTs
can
get-
just sort of go, do obscene things up, put your thumb in and push them out, and they'll fall out.
All right.
But,
So once we get the counters off the sprues and they're on the table and separated, we do the counter clip. We do the counter clipping, don't we?
No, what we have to do
need-
now from now on is if every time we get a new game is we send a message to Stigler saying we are clipping counter Stig. And we have to all do that. Yeah. Okay.
We should. Absolutely. We should absolutely do that. Every time we get one, we're going to counter clip. And which is the reason I'm bringing this up is because I got all those expansions that were donated to me for Panzer Grenadier, and there's like 30 different expansions. I'm going through them right now.
Yeah, crazy.
And each has a counter sheet on it
Each of
too.
them's got a counter sheet, and I've got to separate them out. I've got to punch them. And it's interesting because
But what do you
Avalanche
do with
Press
them?
went through this, the same thing a lot of companies do, right? You can see the evolution. They have
Mhm.
really nice counters. Then they go to thin counters, and they're
Yeah.
hard to punch out. Then they went with these like wooden counter things.
And then they get the
it's-
center nibs and all that.
yeah, and you get the center nibs, and
But
it's
what
like
what do you do with
crazy.
the stuff that Uncle Brian sent us? Because it's all. Do you put the stuff back in the bag? Do you put it? Because how do you store that?
I see. That's the thing. I kind of mixed on that with Panzer Grenadier because it's like you almost don't need to for ATS. I have like the plano boxes with them, and I was trying to do that with Panzer Grenadier. The only problem is the only time you use the special expansion counters is when you're playing that expansion. While with ATS, a 557 German is a 557 German no matter which module you're playing, so it's not a problem. So I've almost come to the point where I just bag them and then put them in that particular bag. So
that's what I would do. The only problem is when Avalanche Press says, well, it's not a 557 anymore, it's now a 547. We decided that, so all your 557s are defunct because of the, they've up.
Yeah, they've realized they did it messed up.
Yeah.
So,
well,
what I do is after when I get a new game in, first thing I do, of course, is do an unboxing, because why waste the opportunity?
Yeah.
Well, there's
good
content,
point,
right? So that's
right.
Yeah,
Nerds got it first for YouTuber. We do a unboxing, unless I just can't, unless I don't have room to do it, and I really want to open the damn thing. And there's like 500 other unboxings.
Or I've like Julius Caesar still in shrink. So I'm waiting 6 months and then doing unboxings. I go, oh, this looks new. So,
Why do we do unboxings? That's a great question, right?
Some people
I do mine a little different, right? I tear mine apart.
Yeah, you throw them across the
I take everything apart and I find out what am I going to need to put it all back together? How does it fit all back together and all that? So I do mine a little bit differently. What do you guys do when you're doing your unboxing videos?
I go with what Meandering Mike says. It's quick and easy content. I'm just like, okay, hit record. Let's open this stuff up and see what's all in it, and then done. See, 10 minutes or less.
Yeah, I do mine differently. Depends on the box, but I know a lot.
That's what she said.
I know, sharp. I know a lot of people don't like unboxings, but a lot of people do.
A lot of people do, yeah.
A lot of people do, and I do. So when I do an unboxing, I do an unboxing, and it might be 10 minutes, it might be 25 minutes. Depends on. Oh, he's gone. No, he's back.
No, I'm here.
It depends on the thing, but I do them because I like to watch them, and it gives me an opportunity to also look into the box that might be the first, because I actually open the box. Yeah, why do you watch unboxings? Because you do, I do. And when I do an unboxing, it's seriously the first time I've looked into a box. So it's all like awe and wonder when I open the box. And I hope that comes across in the unboxings. That's the first thing I do.
Phoenix Knights kind of got the...
Don't do that, Tony, would be demonetized.
Phoenix Knights has the Jester of unboxings. He doesn't... I have the box already out of the brown box. Jester opens the brown box so you can see him getting it out of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like to see what's in the box. And even if they know what's in the box, they still watch unboxings.
I watch them. Yeah. Even though I've seen 10 of them.
I want to make sure I know what I'm getting and what's in the box.
Only because somebody
even
else...
Though I literally watched 5 people do it, I still want to make sure.
Because those 5 people give you different information about the game. So,
All right, so we've done our unboxings. We've unboxed it. We got their counters out. Rules. What do we do with the rules? Do we do a skim of the rules? Do we take them to bed with us? What do we do with the rules?
I see if there's a PDF for me to print out.
I was going to say, do we check the online to see if there's a brand new version, because the online version and the version that's in the box is worthless? Like I've been saying for years, game manufacturers, you want to save a few bucks, stop printing your goddamn rules and putting them in the box. We don't need...
It's actually not that expensive. Depending on the rule books, it's not that expensive. But
I want rule books. I mean, I like the physical rule book. Yes, I take them to bed. Shut it. I don't care.
I take them to school. I take them to school generally. Like I throw them in my teacher bag. So when I have
you're supposed to be teaching, not supposed to be reading rules.
I get lunchtime, rough. I get lunchtime. Jeez. Also, have you ever stared at 3 kids in study hall before? It is literally the most boring time there is. 3 kids that literally sleep in class because it's study hall. They're not doing anything. Yeah. So I like to take those. I don't like to take the regular rule book there. But I found myself really using that. I can't do a tablet.
Let me ask you guys a question, Ruff and Tony. This is for you guys. do you still get your bills in the mail for your electric and your gas, or do you now just pay everything online?
I pay everything
Yeah.
online.
Okay, so
But that's not reading a rule
can
book.
take your rule books in your war games, and in 2 years from now, they're not going to have them anymore. So just get over it. You don't need your stupid rule books in your games. You can go online. You can print them out. You can get your new versions. You can look at them on your little iPad. You don't need rules in your rule book anymore.
What I
And
would
I bet you in 2 years we're going to stop seeing those.
Well, I hope not. But what I'd like to see, and I know rules change, and there's errata and all that malarkey. But what I'd like to see.
Alistair's
what you
comment.
Who's?
Alistair's.
What's he
I
saying?
love at Jester's unboxing. Everyone else is trying to gently push the counters back in, and they popped out. Jester's like, "F that! I'm just
know,
gonna
his
punch them all
table.
out right now."
His
Right
table
now,
is
that's
Maybe
right.
I think
We're
because I've seen
doing.
him do it.
when I watch
We
one of
do.
Jester's, Jester's unboxing, I'm thinking he's going to spend 4 hours sorting them counters out and wondering where, what, and if, and all that, because all over the table.
See,
It's like
it's
it
my
does.
Panzer Grenadier. It's just everything's all, there's all, the counters. I don't sort them. What the hell? Sorting takes a lot of time and
Yeah,
effort.
look, that's no, that do my head in. No,
Screw
but what
that.
I was saying about rule books is that I like a rule book, but what I'd like, if they could, publishers to do when they update them and put the errata or whatever, is when you go to the PDF, is to somehow highlight the things that have been changed.
The new additions to the
So
rule book.
all you do is read the highlighted bits because you've read the original rule book. And it'll say, oh, this bit here, forget that. It now means this. So you can actually go back to your rule book and maybe annotate it, but it's there. It's not just another plain rule book that you have to read 60 pages of and not know what's different between the printed version and the updated version. That's something I'd like for all publishers to do, to live their living rules, if you like.
Mhm.
Because I spent an hour and a half reading them rule books. I don't want to spend another hour and a half reading another one and deciding which bits changed. I'd like to be told, please, because I can't think. But apart from that, I like the rule book.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. What do you think, Tony?
I've done that before where I've taken the errata and then written it into the rulebook. And that's great. It does help you learn it as it's like a note taking thing, but I'd rather just print off them and then make notes on them. I don't do that very often.
You know how much printer ink is over here? Good grief. It's stupid.
I'm not denying that. I'm not going to deny that.
All right. So we've read the rules, we printed them out, or we used the rule book, we notated them, we've got some rules, we got our counters, we got them sorted somehow. You guys use counter trays. What are you going to use to sort your
This
counters?
is the other thing. How to store
little
it.
plastic bags. Because here's the thing. I don't know if you know this, but plastic bags are becoming a thing of the past now. Because
Here he goes again.
yes, here he goes. You can't afford to put in plastic bags anymore in your games. So what are we going to do, boys? What are we going to do without plastic bags?
Buy some.
Buy some. Okay. All right. So we're going to use plastic bags to sort them.
It depends. That's the other thing, isn't it? How we're going to store the game. Now, something like GBOH has so many counters. You're going to use, and there may only be like 10 counters for that, 10 counters for this, 3 for that, 7 for that. So you're going to use up a lot of trays. And sometimes the trays you can't get more than 1 layer or maybe 2 layers. You can't get more than that. So you use plastic bags. So what I do is I sort them all into smaller bags, the little 6 and 10s and whatever, and then put all those into a bigger bag. I label the bigger bag. Yeah, and then, you put that into a bigger bag.
I always think it's interesting because when I bought these, I bought and I just happened to buy a scale, small baggies, and some tweezers.
And the FBI is sitting outside your house.
I don't know what it was. It was crazy.
I mean, here's Poland, yeah. So I've got a big bag, and inside the bag, I've got all the ones, labeled, and that goes into the bag. Mind you, I am hopefully receiving 20 blooming counter trays from the sale. So who knows? I may redo it, but that's a big thing. After you've done the counters, how are you going to store the blooming things?
We've got.
Oh, hold on. Let me just make a
yeah,
note.
got to write that down.
Yeah,
better
just
write that down.
That down before you get rid of them. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Where's all of our moderators? What are they doing? Are they sleeping? What are they doing?
I'm right here.
Oh, that's
we
us.
We think we're gonna have to promote some people. As I don't know what's going on here.
They've gone now, have they?
I don't see them on the actual.
No, they're not actually on the live stream. On this one, they are. Yeah.
I have baggies. There you go.
Yeah,
baggies.
And sometimes you have to.
So
use
we've
baggies
separated our counters into our baggies, and we're ready to now figure out which scenario we're going to play. How do we figure out which is the scenario we want to play?
If there's introductory scenarios, I always play that first because generally it's a low rules overhead and you can reset it pretty quickly. I think that's me personally.
What about you, Ruff?
It depends. If it's got a nice detailed example of play, I will set that up on the map and read it and work through it rather than just reading it. I find it very difficult to read an example of play in the book because it says do this, do that. I'd like to sort of move the bits about myself.
Yeah.
The dice number there that they've thrown and go, oh yeah, it's right, okay. If not, then of course it's working through. Normally the first scenario normally is the introductory one and just sort of muddle through for a bit.
Where have you guys? Do you normally watch somebody's video on how to play?
God, yes, if possible, yes.
You guys haven't mentioned this stuff now. Come on.
That's usually with the rules reading.
Yeah. Aha. We got to go back. Go back to the rules.
Yeah, part. Sorry. Yes, you're quite right.
Back to the rules part.
I was just thinking the same thing. So yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Reading the rules and then going, hold on a minute, I better watch some videos. So watch some videos. It does help, especially if somebody's doing a video that knows what they're doing with the game. Watch the videos, and then when you read the rules again, you get a different level of enlightenment after that. You go, yes. So yeah. YouTube.
What I find is interesting, if you read the rules, then you watch somebody, sometimes you can pick out if they did miss something or if you misunderstood it. So like it raises like a question in your head, like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. And then you read the rules, you're like, oh, okay.
Or sometimes they'll do a video and you go, I don't remember that's how it's, I don't think they've got it quite right. So when you read the rules again, you go, no, they haven't. And it's not a problem because we all make mistakes, but it sort of reinforces that you were right in the first place.
Alistair says print Stuka Joe cards if you need them. If he made them.
Always print Stuka Joe cards.
What about series game? You bought a second or third or fourth game in the series and you've played this series before. Do you still kind of review the game rules again, or you kind of gloss over them? What do we do? Like, obviously, this lock and load, I've played the lock and load for 20 years now. Why would I need to look through the rules again? So what do you guys normally do with your series rules?
Depends on if they've changed the series rules, if there's a different version. So like lock and load's up to 5.1. If I had played at 4.0, I definitely want to, and they're good in the point where they'll point out where they've changed them. It's a different color or text or something.
Still use 4.0 rules if you want.
But yeah. But like,
sorry, Tone, go on.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, playing like GBOH or whatever, and or Panzer Grenadier or Panzer, any of those series things. It depends how long ago you played the thing, because in the best will in the world, especially if you're YouTubing, you play a game, you understand it maybe and put it back, get onto another one. 6 months later, you think, oh, I'll play that, and you think you know it, but of course, I'm talking about me. You think you know it, but of course you don't. So
No, I mean, I literally was setting up things here in the Wakulo, which I've been playing for 20 years, and I'm still going through the rules, and I go, damn, I forgot all about that. I forgot. Oh yeah, leaders. You can't have a leader call in.
Edward Lasso just clarified something that we didn't even say. Watch our previous videos.
Watch
yes,
your previous, there you go. Yeah.
The problem
Dude,
is, I can't.
I can't watch my own stuff either.
I'm fed up with them because of the editing and watching it over and over again to make sure you've got everything, you don't miss anything. Yeah, I can't watch my own videos.
Well, and the funny thing is I think they've done statistics and people hate their own voice. And so like I'd rather watch somebody else's videos than my own,
to
be honest. Yeah.
But we gotta, create the game videos for other people. So I've done some. I know Tony's done a few on his channel. He did the SPQR videos.
Yep.
There's a couple series you've done. You always have to try to give back because I've done ASL video. I've done the standard combat series videos. I did the Warriors of Japan videos. I've done quite a few different ones as well, where I think I know it enough where I can do a couple videos and kind of teach people how to play it. Because that will help somebody else out someday.
That's what you do it for, but I can't watch them.
You can't watch them if you did them, huh?
Yeah, because it's like, oh, do I sound like that? Is that me? Yeah.
Prefer not to watch my own thoughts.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's great. It's great that other people watch it and get something out of it, but that's why I prefer to watch other people's videos.
Yeah,
right,
you get there.
So we've gone through the rules. We've set up our introductory or basic scenario, and we're sitting down, ready to play. What else? Do we get the charts? How do we set up our table?
Put it back on the shelf.
You go, no, I don't understand this.
I don't want to play this.
Honestly,
you're ready to play that game.
Honestly, that is the hardest part. You get it set up, you're ready to go, and you're like, crap. What do I do first? You know the secrets of play, but it's like I gotta make a choice.
It's like
there's too many damn choices.
It's like the writer's thing with a blank page, isn't it? It's like,
yeah.
I've got this idea, and it's a blank page. You've read the rules. It's like, look, set up, ready to go. So, and that next one's set up, ready to go. It's but it's sitting down.
We've picked our scenario, but this is technically even a tougher question, and this is, I think, interesting. How do you decide which side you're playing in the scenario? Do you say, oh, I'm only going to play the attacker, or oh, I'm going to play the Americans, or do you randomly just determine, oh, this one looks more fun, this has got more counters, oh, I'm going to play with the Tiger tanks, I'm going to play the Germans? How do you decide which side you're going to play?
Well, it depends.
It depends, yes.
Yeah. Is there something fun to play on one side? Are you trying to change history? I generally go for the more offensive, I think, because I'm not a good defensive person. So I generally try to go for more mainly because I go balls to the walls and just go down the middle. I'm the
I'm middle for diddle. Yeah.
Just launch it down the middle.
But it depends. If you're playing two players, then but most of our stuff is solo, so we're going to pick playing the attacker because it's easier as a solo player, especially if it's not a solo game, to play two-handed as you as the attacker, and all the defenders got to do is just defend. They're not going to move much, they're not going to advance, they're going to defend. So you're the aggressor, so it's easier. That's what I tend to do, unless it's a solo game, of course.
And generally, if you notice, solo games, you're either the defender against a larger number, or you're an attacker against a strongly held defensive support. That's usually the way it works out.
Okay. Tim says he plays the left side. Okay. Right side plays the other one. Okay, yeah. Whoever's on the left, I'll play whoever's on the left. There you go. All right.
Yeah,
So we decided who we're playing. We're getting ready to play. What do we do with all of our charts, our miscellaneous tables, our extra cards, whatever you're.
all over the freaking table.
Yeah.
it's usually like I have a separate table now for the charts and all that crap because I can't. Because it's honestly, so Lock and Load, the Heroes of Bitter Harvest. Am I boring you?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Cheers.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Heroes of Bitter Harvest taught me this honestly, and I don't know why because I do it when I cook, and there's a chef named Elton Brown. You guys probably have heard of him. It says organization will set you free. And Heroes of the Bitter Harvest did that one for me and taught me how to be organized with the charts. So I literally put a table to the side and have all the charts organized properly so I can grab them as quickly as possible. My biggest issue is putting them back. Usually I start off good, but by the end of my film, they're like all over the.
But Tony, it's different when you're just playing and not videoing. You're keeping everything. You got little pots. You've got everything there, and everything's sorted out. When you're videoing, I'll let you into a secret. I shouldn't really. It all looks nice and neat because I'm focusing down on something. But over here and over here, it's chaos. There's counters everywhere. There's charts everywhere. But when I'm playing without videoing, everything is a place for everything and everything in its place, because you're taking your time. When you're videoing, it's chaos, and there's lots of swearing that you don't hear because I'm trying to find a counter that I just chucked over there somewhere 2 turns back. So yeah, it's different doing it.
What is coming up? You realize that you put out 2 videos last week. If you don't stop this nonsense, people are going to think you're a professional YouTuber.
I used to always put out 2 videos, always. And you were saying more.
Right, right. What are we doing? What are we coming up on this week?
At 6 o'clock, so 6 minutes. Stout Hearts will go on, and that'll be my pretty much show. And I want to do one more unboxing. I've got some stuff that I want to do some unboxing, but that's it. Rough. I'm being short.
I've got, again, another Dark Side video. I've got another Final Girl unboxing coming next week. And hopefully, if I can get it done on time, Spruance Leader unboxing, because it's left long enough for everybody to forget what the game is. So they'll go, oh, Spruance Leader unboxing. But after that, we've got Task Force. I might try and do at least 1, 2, or 3 scenarios of that. And then we've got Tally Ho, which is Thomas's solo Battle of Britain book game. And over there, it's going to be Point Blank. So that takes a bit more time to sort out. Hopefully these we can, get those done, and then spend a bit of time on Point Blank and do a nice playthrough of that. After that, I don't know, because I think I'm then waiting on.
Oh, that's like 3 years down the line. And once you get through those 3 games,
yeah, that'll be my 3 games, 4 games for the year. So
that's pretty much it.
Because the editing just takes oh god. But
you know how to get around that? Just go live and
I'd rather
worry about it. Yeah. I think we're going to start a campaign to have Ruff go live full time.
Just go live, Ruff.
Just go live.
That's the mantra. Just go live, Ruff.
I'd love to, but if I had you're sitting at your desk now, Jester, and you just do it there, I'd have to do it on this. I'd have to push this forward here.
I get what you're doing. I get what you understand.
It's just I'd love to, but I'd end up doing lots of not a war game Wednesday lives and nothing else. So yeah,
right. Alrighty, well, that wraps up another week. Tony's not going to be here next week. Tony, what you got going on?
A birthday party for in-laws.
Oh, okay.
Karen's family's. So my sister-in-law's birthday is, I think, actually Saturday. So we're going to be up in Michigan, having fun and enjoying family life, the fam. So, yep, that's what I got going on.
That's good. And we're going to have Nerd Workshop in the house. He's going to.
He's bringing the marshmallows. He said earlier today.
Bringing marshmallows. He's going to be printing 3D objects for me to draw. It's going to be a great time next week with Nerd Workshop in the house. So thanks everyone for coming out this week. We do appreciate it. Once again, you guys spending some time with us.
Yeah,
it's always great. Any final words, Ruff? Tony, what you got? Anything?
I was waiting for Ruff because I wanted. I was waiting for Ruff to say something because I interrupted him the first time. So
that doesn't mean a thing. Last words. Well,
buy her a war game, Tony. That's her birthday gift.
Get her into it.
Buy her a war game. There you go.
Just to say condolences to Tim. He's lost one of his gaming buddies. So condolences to you.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's always a shame to hear about that. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to be trying to get together with Herman this week. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks about doing some gaming again. You know that we were doing it for a while. We kind of took a break.
He's just want the win.
3 projects he's working on right now, so he just doesn't. He just keeps blowing me off every week. He's like, "Oh, I can't do it this week, Jester. I can't do it this week." So this week, I'm going to force him to get on and do it with me. So hopefully, we'll get some gaming in together with Herman. And
what are you playing? Do you know?
Don't know yet. We've talked about different things, and he can't make up his mind. You know,
a non-war game again.
Hey, Stuka.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Stuka, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Love your videos. Those are awesome.
Watching when I can.
Yeah, the history that he goes through is pretty cool. I was impressed. So good job. Thanks.
Yeah, very good stuff, Duka. Be sure to check out his wonderful channel and all the work he's been doing. Be sure to leave a like on all of his videos as well. Thanks, everyone, for coming out today. We do appreciate it. Just spending a little bit of time. Next week, we'll see you guys with Nerd Workshop. Tony, have a good week off. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
I look forward to coming back in 2 weeks and not having my spot back.
There's always that danger, Tony.
Yeah.
That's why.
One of these times they're going to be like, not invite me back.
That's why I've never had a week off in 3 years, because I know if I do, it'll be going.
You get replaced.
It'll be gone.
We'll find somebody else.
And we've got enough Brits.
We've got enough like that.
Yeah, we've got enough Brits to replace them with too. So it's not like we could
a tenner penny.
Meandering Mike keeps emailing me every week. I think Ruff is having a heart attack. If you need some money, just let me know. Just let me know. I'm there. Every week I get an email from him.
Yeah.
Everyone have a great week. We'll see you all next week. Keep rolling, guys.
Love you.